And if I am not getting them answers back right away, that's a bottleneck in the business. All right. I've had this particular client basically save about 18% on their employee benefits costs over the last 18 months. We weren't able to implement all of the changes all at once, but piece by piece, going through and strategically implementing new benefits or changing their benefits in ways that are more in line with what their employees need and want has saved them 18% without cutting into the benefits that the employees find useful. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mel. Each week I come to you with videos about employee benefits and HR, sometimes personal development stuff. But today I want to talk about how to clean up employee benefits chaos. And why you should listen to me is because I've been working in the area of employee benefits and HR for over 20 years now. And I help my clients clean up their benefits administration and employee benefits packages and help them become not only more efficient, but more cost effective in the process to maintain their employee talent and attract and retain the best talent. So today we're going to go over benefits chaos, and let's dive in. I clean up employee benefits chaos every day. That's my job. I have a lot of people ask me what I do. I have a lot of friends that don't even really 100% understand exactly what it is I do. And the point is to help HR, CEOs, CFOs out there with their employee benefits, not just their administration, but employee benefit communication and finding the best plans out there that are going to work for their business so that you can focus on more strategic things. HR is a very strategic position, and it's important to take as much off of HR's plate as possible so that you can focus on growing your business. Most businesses are overpaying for benefits or paying for duplicate benefits. Benefits are overlapping. Maybe there's benefits that nobody's using, nobody knows about. So finding those nuggets and flipping over those stones to find those nuggets. Some employers don't even know that they're overspending. So getting that information and doing a full comparison is something that I do right off the bat with all of my clients. Many brokers disappear after the renewal. I've had many new clients come to me and say, I'm not used to so much attention outside of my renewal. And that's because employee benefits don't just happen at renewal, they happen all year round. There's employee claims issues, there's employee communication strategies that can be implemented. There's compliance issues. There are all sorts of issues, projects that come up throughout the year in the area of employee benefits. Your employees are confused about their coverage. Most likely, your employees are confused about their coverage, what is covered, and how to access their benefits. HR is drowning in employee administration and claims problems, and getting to the root cause of those admin issues or claims problems is very important. And some employers don't even have anybody on their side fighting for them. So when things go wrong, my team has access to managers at the TPA level, the vendor level, the carrier level, so we can solve these issues a lot faster than our clients can because we have developed these relationships over decades with these vendors and carriers. So here's what happened when a client called me. They had a benefits mess, they were overpaying, they had coverage gaps, and the employees were complaining. Several new clients come over that said that their current broker was not getting back to them in a timely manner. Some emails were going unresponded for 2 weeks, and that becomes a bottleneck in the business. I've had several clients that need information about whether or not a 1099 is covered or W-2 or a state employee. They're trying to recruit someone, a high-level executive or salesperson. And they have these questions and they want to make the deal fast. And if I am not getting them answers back right away. That's a bottleneck in the business. All right. So, and I've had this particular client basically save about 18% on their employee benefits costs over the last 18 months. We weren't able to implement all of the changes all at once, but piece by piece, going through and strategically implementing new benefits or changing their benefits in ways that are more in line with what their employees need and want, has saved them 18% without cutting into the benefits that the employees find useful, and in some cases, even upgrading benefits, upgrading this one, getting rid of that one that nobody's really using, and things like that. Old ways of buying benefits is broken. So I'm a benefits cleanup specialist. So I'm a benefits cleanup specialist. And here's what that means. I start out by assessing what's broken, looking at the entire benefits package and seeing what is overpriced and what's wrong with the coverage and what we can do to make the coverage more efficient and more employee focused. I fix it as fast as possible. Sometimes employers come to me and their benefits are fine, but the system, the admin system itself is broken. It's not working. HR's doing a lot of things manually. Systems aren't talking. And figuring out how to clean that up within the first 60 to 90 days. I know that might sound like a long time to some people, but these systems are slow. These systems need to be audited and reoccurring check-ins, usually on a weekly basis with all these file feeds and EDIs, and all takes some time to see if this system's pushing the information through, and it's done weekly sometimes. Anyway, I'm not going to get in all of the nitty-gritty on that one, but we fix it as fast as we can. I turn benefits from a painful expense into a competitive advantage. So the whole idea in doing all of this work and spending all of this money on employee benefits is to attract and retain top talent. The better talent you have, the more your business is likely to grow. People are your business. Your business are your salespeople, your marketing people. The better salespeople, the better marketing people you can afford, the more sales and marketing dollars are going to come into your business. And likewise with customer service, client facing, customer facing positions, those people are representing your business and they're putting an impression out there into your community and to your clients and customers. If your clients and customers say, wow, what an amazing job that your employee did, they're more likely to refer business to you or continue to come back to you for more business. You'll have more retention, higher retention rates on your returning customers. I work with all of the carriers. So one of the advantages, I've heard it's crazy, but some people go direct to insurance companies. They just go out, they go direct, they buy from an insurance carrier, the one that they think is the best. And some of them do this without a broker even, which is 100%, that's just crazy to me that some people do this. It's like buying real estate without a real estate broker. There are so many ins and outs of this business where an insurance company could be taking advantage. Also, it puts you in a category where you may not be getting the best customer service from that insurance carrier, and it doesn't cost you any more money. So with real estate, I understand when people sell their own house, especially if they have a realtor, obviously they usually have a realtor's license. But and getting a realtor, you get additional expertise or an additional network of other agents that may have buyers for your property. So there's advantages there to getting a real estate agent. But if someone's selling on their own, they're not having to pay that additional commission, which can be 3% or tens of thousands or sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I almost understand that in that sense, but with insurance brokers, you actually pay the same amount whether you have an insurance broker or not. And you are actually more likely to pay more because you don't have a broker out there comparing all of your options to all of the carriers that do business in your area. So you're going to be at more of a strategic advantage to take advantage of the best pricing that each carrier has to offer if you're using an insurance broker. So you're not locked into one option when you're using an insurance broker. I particularly work with all of the insurance carriers that do business in the United States, and I create the best competitive environment and present you in the best light to all of the insurance carriers. And that's part of my process in the beginning is you may say, Melissa, my gosh, you're asking me all these questions. This is so annoying. Or, I'll come to you and I'll have one set of questions and I'll go back to the drawing board and I might come back with additional questions. And that whole process, that whole discovery process is there only to make sure that the information that I'm giving the insurance carrier is, number one, accurate, because I have a very important trust-based relationship with all of my carrier reps. But it's also to make sure that we're presenting your business in the best possible light to each and every insurance carrier. Everything I handle, I do traditional benefits. So I do health, dental, vision, life insurance, disability, long-term care, supplemental benefits like Aflac, Colonial. I work with there's a lot of supplemental carriers, actually. Most people just think of Aflac, but there's quite a few out there. Obviously, and also all the different types of insurance. We've got self-funded, fully insured, level funded, HSAs, HRAs, MERP plans, ACA compliant, uh, benefits for variable hour employees. I also work on buy-sell agreements and key man life insurance. So I fight for you and I fight for your employees. When claims go wrong, it's important to know that you're not alone. So if you're going direct or you don't have a relationship with your insurance carrier or you don't have a relationship with your broker, if you have a broker that is willing to fight for you, it is going to go a lot farther. And you're going to get a lot farther, a lot faster with claims mishaps or claims miscommunications or claims that are just paid incorrectly. So I fight for your employees when claims go wrong. And claims do go wrong. Things happen. Even just this morning, we had an employee reach out to us because their deductible was incorrectly reset in the middle of the year. So that employee first tried to call customer service on their own. They were on hold for hours, and luckily they reached out to the HR manager, and the HR manager directed them to us. And we have direct access to managers that we simply email and send all the information. We have relationships with these people. We've worked with them for several years. They know us, and they were able to look into the system and correct it pretty quickly. Versus the employees sitting on hold, getting transferred all over, talking to somebody on the phone that's been working at that company for 2 weeks or as a temporary employee, just getting frustrated. It's a lot more time. So it's a lot more effective just for the broker to reach out to the carrier and take care of a lot of these issues. Now, obviously, if the employee has $1,000 deductible, and so anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so I help you communicate your benefits to your employees as well. I have strategic employee communications plans that I help employers develop. We like to look over about a 12-month period and develop those employee communications in advance so that the employees understand when their open enrollment is, and HR can use all of our templates to communicate to employees. So the intention is so that employees actually understand their benefits and are more likely to use it. Because again, what's the point of paying all this gosh darn money if the employees don't like their plans and they don't even know how to use them? The whole point of benefits is to create an environment where you've got happy employees that want to stay and work for you forever, and it makes recruiting easier, right? That's the whole point of all this. So the biggest mistakes I see is thinking that all brokers are the same. I've had some really interesting conversations over the years. I've had people say that all brokers are POSs, and we all lie, and we're liars, and we're this and we're that, um, and we're not all the same, okay? And most people think of a used car salesman, a 55-year-old gray-haired male, and obviously that is not me. The other thing I see is that people that talk about wellness don't, they're out there talking about wellness strategies and how to make their employees healthier and the like. And it looks like they haven't been to the gym ever before in their life, or they've never eaten a piece of lettuce other than maybe on a Burger King Whopper or something. Uh, so not to just be out here bashing on everybody and making fun of everybody, but my point is that not all of us are the same. Not all brokers are the same. I view it as I work for you. I work for my clients. I do not work for the insurance companies. I work with the insurance companies, but I don't work for them. I work for my clients. I'm an advocate for my clients. I'm out there to find the best rates, best plans, the best benefit packages for my clients, and to be advocates for their employees as well. I'm also getting my SHRM certificate this year, which is exciting and stressful all at the same time. For anybody that's ever taken this exam, it is not an easy exam. For any of you out there that are thinking about getting a SHRM exam or a SHRM certificate, I highly recommend it. I think it is a fabulous education for most HR people, and especially if you're in a position where you're more of a office manager at this point for the company you work for. If you invest a little bit of money into your own career and get that SHRM certificate, you will either grow within the company that you're working for, or you'll outgrow them and find a company that's probably going to pay you more money and be more growth minded. So it's a great career tool for office managers, HR managers. It's also a great tool for businesses. So if you're a CEO or CFO out there and you're not aware, it is a great teaching tool for your HR so that they understand all the components of your business. It trains them on a lot of different terminology that you may use in your everyday life, working in the business that you work in, and it will help the HR person understand more quickly what you strategically want to accomplish in your business, whether that's a global strategy, local strategy, and it also trains the HR folks how to protect against liabilities, protect against compliance liabilities, legal liabilities, employee law, and best practices for hiring and firing and expanding the business. There's all sorts of different scenarios that this certificate gets into. And because I've been working with HR professionals for so long, I want to understand their life. I've never worked as an HR manager directly. I've always worked alongside HR. I did some HR in a couple of my jobs, but not directly. It wasn't my title or anything like that. I did certain HR duties unknowingly. So my employer got a really good deal at the time, and I did learn a lot from all of those situations. And I have talked about getting my SHRM certificate for a while. And this year I am biting the bullet and I'm studying for that. So wish me luck. And let me know what you think about me doing that. What changes when you work with me? So before, most of my clients were overpaying in some way. Employees were confused and have had either little or support that's not aligning with the support that they need. They may have support in one area, but they don't really need that. They need it in employee communication, or they need it in benefits admin, or they need it in some other area. And I've noticed I've been able to fill those gaps for all of my clients. And there's different reasons why people use me, but there's always been some sort of a gap there that I've been able to fill. And afterwards, most of my clients have their costs go down, or they improve their benefits in some very meaningful way that's more aligned with what the employees want. And also, employees feel that they understand their benefits more, especially after the first year of clients using me. So let's clean up your benefits chaos together. I do have a link down below. I am offering a free assessment. If you're interested, I do have that link. It's easy, simple to fill out. I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for hanging out to the end. Please like, comment, share the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is placeholder media that you'll
Oh, I
see
see
if
what
you
it is.
add a layout to an empty
microphone.
scene. You can go ahead and delete it.